my darlings, hope you're all doing well. Blushly here. Welcome to this reading where we're going to be taking a look at the first date between you and your future spouse. 3 options for today's reading. Option number 1 over here, option number 2, and option number 3. See which one you're mostly drawn to? Don't overthink it, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, my darlings, if you're drawn to option number 1, get comfy. Let's do a little bit of an energy check-in. Satan's going to make sure that you chose the right option. And then we will take a look at the first date, how it's going to go, what you're going to think, what your future spouse is going to think. Alright, show me who's here. No, my God. The energy of loss, the energy of pain. Some of you might be experiencing back pain at this particular moment. Definitely an indication of something having ended. Having struggled for so long, having been betrayed so many times, backstabbed. Unexpected troubles. It's a little bit as if, you get done with 2 issues, another 3 come along. You get done with those 3 issues, another one comes along. And then you're like, oh my God, I need a damn break. You might have somebody who is a friend who is interested in you. I don't see you having feelings for this particular person. This person has feelings for you. This could be somebody who has connection when it comes to work, or this could be just somebody who is a hardworking person. You're thinking about giving them a chance, but if you're being completely honest with yourself, you like this person only as a friend. And it could be loneliness, it could be despair talking, but then there's this energy where you're like, no. And you're like, oh, what's wrong with me? Why is it always that I like certain people that don't like me back? Or certain people like me and I don't like them back? Okay. You never had a protective father. So right now you have to be in the energy of the protective father yourself, which is cool for my lovely gentlemen and not so great for women because, my lovely ladies, you tend to be already protective of yourself. You have to be in this position of a protective father. And it kind of feels that you're very much in your masculine energy. So you tend to either attract very feminine men, which doesn't resonate with you because you're looking for actually like a masculine guy. But you yourself, you're in this energy of a protective father. And this is, I see why it would be so difficult for you. I can completely understand this situation. Because when a woman goes too much into her male energies, it doesn't leave space for the man. Or the divine masculine, however you want to refer to it, if we're talking about same gender relationships. But here what I'm seeing is my lovely ladies having to fend for themselves mostly, having to rely on themselves. And like I said, either attracting men that are very, I don't want to offend anybody over here, but you know what I'm saying, like attracting men that are very, very in their feminine. And it's actually pissing you off because you're like, oh my God, I need somebody who's more masculine than me. I need somebody who's stronger than me. But you tend to attract those very, very feminine men that just don't resonate with you. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that they don't work with you. Yeah? You have an artistic side to you. It's quite interesting. You might be thinking about changing a career. You might be thinking about picking up a new skill, but it's not working at this particular moment. Because it's as if you are blocked by the circumstances. And you want a family and you're tired of waiting. And you're getting pissed off. You're really getting pissed off. Okay, if that sounds like you, my darlings, keep on watching. Let's take a look at The first date, you and your future spouse. Something fell out straight away. Okay, let's see what it is. Oh, hello. In the world. Quite interesting. You're feeling good over here. You're feeling sexy. You're in a place where, let me just cover this up just in case YouTube is going to be difficult about it. Anyways, you're in a place that's quite international. For some reason, I'm seeing some sort of hotel. I'm seeing people speaking multiple languages. It feels like it's a hotel, or it's like a place where conferences are held, and there's also a restaurant. It's an odd thing. It could also be a restaurant in a very touristy place where literally, there's people from all over the world, and you can understand only about 1/3 of what people are saying because they speak different languages. For some reason, I'm just going to get a clarification. I just want to see whether your future spouse is a foreigner or if this whole thing is happening when you're somewhere away from the place that you were born in. Not necessarily traveling, but away from the place that you were born in. And the freedom over here. For some of you, it is going to be. It does talk about being away from a place that you were born. But they're telling me it's going to be such a liberation because on that first date, you guys are not holding yourselves back at all. The Knight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, it's like after this energy of going on dates or interacting with people that made you feel nothing, that made you feel like, oh, another one, oh my God, I could have been doing something else right now. Just being realistic over here. Because here, you're like, damn, okay. Here, you're interested. Here, you're excited. Here, you have chemistry without Knight of Wands. Here, you're really enjoying the fact that the person is alive. I think a lot of you can relate to what I'm saying. The person is alive. The person is present. They're not thinking about their ex. They're not talking about their ex. They're not making it look like they're doing you a favor by being there. No, the person is alive. The person is switched on, and so are you. And like I said, for some of you, this could be a person from a different country, or you guys could be away from home when this is happening. But they're showing me again the Four of Pentacles, a place of stability. So it's a place that's established. And it's a very nice place, by the way. A very nice place. Okay. And your friend is texting you, this is funny. While you're with that person, that's a friend that likes you, they're texting you. Like checking up on you, like saying, how's it going? What's happening? But you're feeling good. It's a conversation that flows. There are loads of jokes over here. It's a light-hearted conversation. There's some flirting that's going on, but you yourselves, you're feeling good over here with the energy of the Empress. You're liking the surroundings, you're liking the food, you're liking the drinks. There's something about mood lighting. There's something about the lights. Sorry. There's something about the environment, the ambience. It's making you pleased. It's making you satisfied. You're like, okay, yes, this is my sort of place. The lovers, goodness. It's a very intimate setting, you know? So I would definitely say this is not happening during the day. This is more evening time. Very intimate place. Now, I don't know if you usually kiss somebody on the first date, but with your future spouse, you feel like you want to. For some of you, you will. So for some of you, you won't. But you will want to. I'm hearing something about nice, juicy lips. It's very interesting. Because they're showing me the energy, guys, of you. Like I said, male or female, it doesn't matter. But you're feeling alive with this person. Something that people usually either misunderstand or laugh at or not comment on when you're saying this particular person is showing a lot of interest in that topic. So they're definitely, you're like connecting the dots and you're understanding more about this person. And you can see there's something about the way that they act towards you, their body language, the way that they answer you, the way that they keep on the conversation going. It's very two-sided. It's not one-sided. It's not one person who's talking, the other one's just there. No, it's quite interesting and so fun, They're also telling me that there's something about expectations where you weren't really expecting a lot or you weren't expecting much from this person, but you're very pleasantly surprised. And another thing that's coming through, I don't know if you're going to be paying attention to it on the actual date, but it might come up later. You'll see a lot of signs and synchronicities, something that has been showing you for quite some time, maybe, that this person is coming into your life or that the person is the one. For some of you, it could be like black cats, pictures of black panthers, or like statues of some sort. It could be certain numbers. The bill might be a certain number. Hopefully, you won't even see the bill, but you know what I mean. Because here I'm getting, somebody who's a gentleman, he's not going to allow you to see the bills. The bill or the bills, as a matter of fact. But something that has to do with numbers. So you might look at your phone and you see like 1919 or 2020. You'll be seeing those things as confirmations. And this is very interesting. Okay, let's talk to this deck. I want to see what it has to say to you when it comes to this connection, when it comes to this relationship, when it comes to this date. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. So first they're saying there's going to be a lot of laughter and playfulness. And laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together and remember love is the greatest healer. Also, they're telling me that when it comes to this particular person, this particular relationship, this particular date, there's something where you kind of get some sort of answer to what you've been feeling. And I feel for a lot of you, it will be the answer as why it hasn't worked out with other people before, why you didn't settle, why you didn't go for somebody who was a friend, but you didn't like them that way, out of certain fears that you've conquered. And it's quite interesting because they're telling me that you will see that you can have a friend and a lover in one. Like you don't have, it doesn't have to be either one or the other because with your future spouse, it's going to be both. And it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Because it's fun, chemistry, amazing sex, amazing connection, communication. It sounds very sugar coated, my darlings, and Obviously there are going to be issues and misunderstandings, but the main energy is that you're strong, you're solid, and whatever comes your way, you can tackle it together. But I like the fact that your future spouse, and quite possibly yourself, you tend to approach this whole thing with a little bit of maybe sarcasm, a good sense of humor, whatever works for you. And another thing, like I said in the energy check in, if you're a woman that has been feeling like you're a man, you're going to get back into that energy of the Empress. You're going to get back into the energy of embracing your feminine aspect. It's going to be comfortable for you, it's going to be safe for you. That sounds great. All right, my lovely option number one, that's what I see for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading that resonated. If you're up for a personal one, all you have to do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below this video. Alright guys, take care now. Bye. My lovely option number two. If you were drawn to this little piglet, get comfy. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I want to do a little bit of an energy check-in, just to make sure that you guys chose the right pile. And the piglet wants to talk to specifically you. Alright, let me see. Oh, feisty. Look at that, 5 of Wands. Okay, so all jokes aside, yes, guys, you are incredibly feisty, but you're getting tired of having to prove something. At this particular moment, you might be in a situation where you have to be quite tense, hyper focused on something. There's somebody that's pissing you off. Yeah, quite possibly at work, having so much to do, having so much to handle, like having a lot of meetings, having to prepare a lot of things, maybe multitasking, working on multiple projects. I mean, you guys are hard workers, but sometimes it's just, when people they take a mickey out of you and you get pissed off and you're like, come on, just because I'm working hard doesn't mean that you can just add and add and add and add and add more. And it could be that somebody that is your colleague is on holiday right now, on maternity leave or whatever, and you're also covering for them. So you're like, oh, for God's sake. And you're just secretly kind of wishing maybe that you could slap some people around. In a good way, of course. Of course. Queen of Swords. Incredibly smart, I want to say. Well educated, very well spoken, quick thinking. Might be into books as well when you have time. I see that you're more often than not, you're analyzing a lot of information. You can be very direct with people, you can be very strict, yet you try to take other people's feelings into consideration. But when they don't consider your feelings, you can be very harsh, you can be very cold, you can tell people to stay in their lane. But you're a very good professional, incredible professional over here. Quite possibly speak more than one language. You have to deal with people from around the world. Your work might have something to do with being remote or having to work a lot behind the computer. I see here that there quite possibly is a desire to meet somebody from abroad, to interact with somebody from different cultures. You might have already been involved with somebody who comes from a different place. You're good when it comes to negotiating, very strong, can endure a lot of things. And right now, you might be feeling that everything you've been told about relationships and families is a lie. So you went into this very pragmatic energy. You're like, I don't believe in all that romantic bullshit. Show me what it is that you can do when it comes to action. So for some of you might already been married and very disappointed. For some of you, you're very disappointed in the values of the family from people that were incredibly two-faced. hmm And you might even sometimes prefer the company of a dog or a cat or a hamster or even a goldfish to certain people. If that sounds like you, keep on watching. Let's see how much of a hard time you're going to give your future spouse on the first date. For some of you, by the way, you might be in a long distance relationship slash situationship, and you're just kind of checking up, whether this is the future spouse. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. Your first date with your future spouse. I'm shuffling the cards, and you're like, Blushly, nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for dates. Can I just wake up one morning and have him or her laying next to me? Yes, I understand. A lot of you want to skip that part with the dates, with the getting to know one another, with the pain of disappointment, or with the disappointment of disappointment that it was not yet another one. Yeah, I know you want to skip a few stages. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the first stage. Pentacles. Someone's gonna be late. It's probably going to be your future spouse. I don't see you being too happy about it. You're like, okay, I'm leaving. One more minute and I'm leaving. Who the hell does he think he is or she is? Yeah. What's happening over here? Is he coming? Is it the right date? Is it the right time? Okay. Because I'm seeing that you guys are punctual and you hate waiting. Okay. Yeah, look at this. This is incredible because this is going to trigger you. You'll be like, okay, well, what's happening? Is this person not coming now? With the Three of Swords. And it's quite interesting. Before the person appears, wherever you decide to meet, it's this energy as if you're going to see a picture in your head, like a movie in your head, of all of the failed relationships. And you're going to get that feeling that you don't like. That feeling maybe of being rejected again. And you guys are going to get overly emotional. I'm telling you the truth. Maybe you tend to catastrophize things sometimes, yeah. Option number 2. It's okay, we all do that sometimes. And then this person appears out of nowhere, as if out of nowhere, the Fool, the Judgment. It's quite interesting. And your mood changes. And like the reason why they're late, it's not because they're disrespectful or anything, it's because there was something wrong. A car crash, not with them, but you know what I mean. Like there was traffic, there was something happened. Something happened. And they didn't have an opportunity to text you because they had to watch the road, and you know what I mean. It's they're not going to be late for an hour. They're not going to be, but they might be late for 10-15 minutes. But for you, 10-15 minutes, so the rate is going to be at that day, on that day, you'll be like, it's too much, that's it. Like you'll just be getting ready to go, you'll be like, you know what, F it. That's it, I give up. But no, then this person comes in with a big apologetic smile, with hands to their chest. You know, when somebody's speaking from their heart, they tend to put the palms of their hand to their chest and saying, I am so incredibly sorry, you won't believe what happened. And they're bringing you some sort of little gift, whatever it is. It could be a little sweet, it could be a little bit of, I don't know, whatever. It's something small that they're showing me, a little gift, but it's very sweet. Very, very sweet. Something, because obviously you're going to talk before the date, yes? You're going to know each other before the date. And it's something that's going to resonate with you. It's something maybe that you told them you liked or something that had meaning to you. And they're bringing it with you, with them. Quite interesting judgment. So I am seeing, let me see. I just want to get a clarification. Where is this happening? It's a busy street for whatever reason they're showing me. It's either a park in a busy place, because I keep hearing sirens from the ambulance and the police. I keep hearing that hustle and bustle of the city. There might have been some problem finding parking. It might even be because you're going to be in a rush. It might even be during the day when you're like, okay, I have some time during the day before I need to go there and there and do this and this and this. Maybe a little bit more towards the evening, but it's kind of like you pencil this person into your busy schedule of whatever it is that you're going to be doing. Because they're like showing me crowds and crowds and crowds, and somebody's leaving, somebody's going. It feels more like, yeah, because where you're going to meet first is going to be convenient for you. It might even be, if you're working at an office or somewhere, they kind of you'll be like, okay, well, I can be there and we can go for a coffee. For some reason, you want it to be fast. You're like, I don't want to waste time. If we click, we click. If we don't, then we just go our separate ways. So I'm not even seeing, you getting extra ready for this date or whatever. No, I don't. Because here you have no expectations as such. You're not creating this romantic thing in your head that is going to be rainbows, butterflies, candlelit dinner. No, you're like, okay, let's see. Let's do it fast. Let's see what's happening. Okay, interesting. Maybe that's why you were telling me that ain't nobody got time for that. But it's quite interesting. Anyways, it feels like do you know if there's like maybe a dog park? They're showing a lot of dogs in your reading. A lot of dogs. Maybe you're a vet. Some of you. Dogs, horses. It has something to do, like I said, it's a busy place, but it has some sort of park and maybe a lot of dogs are there. Okay. And your future spouse makes an effort though. Makes a big effort. Dressed up, smelling nice. If it's a guy, he might be even wearing a suit over here, like really official. Nice, trim, like hair. Even the nails they're showing me, they're done. Not for a woman, but for a man. Like you'll notice what the person really put in the effort. Sounds like a job interview, not like a date, guys. I swear. Okay. Maybe you're not in a romantic place right now. Oh, it is what it is. So anyways, when the person comes in with a big heartfelt apology, a little peace offering, as to not to wake up the Medusa within you. And it's, look, I mean, it's like a place where people work, a place, it's not a romantic place. And the thing is, like, your future spouse would have suggested something else, but it's almost like you wanted to call the shots over here. Maybe you guys like being in control a lot. Gives you a sense of safety. Hmm. Okay, you're going to give your person a hard time on the first date. They're going to be the one, I want to say, holding the date together. You'll still be quite annoyed. You still feel like a little bit disrespected by the fact that they were late. But you know what? This person melts your heart throughout the conversation. Throughout, like, it makes you feel so comfortable. And I swear, guys, it's like you're going to be, for whatever reason, in a bad mood. And you'll be thinking about canceling, and then you'll be like, oh, whatever. But the person, I mean, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands, it's as if you come out of this date a different person. Your mood completely changes. Completely changes. You feel good, you feel relaxed, you feel seen, you feel accepted, even when you're in this sort of mood. And like the continuation that they're showing me, guys, this person melts your heart. This person, you fall in love with them, not on the first date, but they're showing you continuation of the story. And this person has the key to your heart because you locked it away. You locked it away. And they're very gallant, and they're quite like, they don't give you shit for being in a bad mood, or acting the way that you're going to be acting, because like I said, you're going to give them a hard time. It's like you're going to be testing them, because everybody like can fall in love with somebody who's nice and kind and smiley, and feels like a fresh cut rose on the morning, and a dewy morning. But when you're yourself, when you're stressed, when you're upset, when you've got a ton of things on your mind, and the guy or the girl disrespects you by being late, and that person is still going to make you fall in love with them. Take it as you want, but honestly, afterwards they're showing me different dates, and this is where you're actually going to go into that soft, beautiful, calm energy, because your person is going to be very helpful. Funny enough, they will know when you need actual help, and when you just need to vent. They will know. You're going to marry them. You're going to, I want to say, live very nicely, very freely, in the sense that you get to experience your emotions, your feelings. It doesn't mean that they're always going to take, abuse or anything like that. No, it doesn't mean that at all. But they can differentiate when you're upset with them, or when you're just upset, or you're overstimulated and you're going through certain emotions. It's a very interesting relationship. Person does have healthy boundaries, so you're not going to go into the energy of disrespecting him or her because they just take anything. No, it's not like that. But we're talking specifically about that first date. And on that first date, where usually maybe you guys wanted to make an impression, here you will be like, I don't give a damn. And I think this strategy is going to work for you because you're going to be authentically yourself. This person is going to love the authentic self of you. And there is definitely a connection that I'm seeing here. Definitely. Okay, my lovely option number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If you're up for personal, and all you have to do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below this reading. My Patreon page out, over 100 exclusive videos, additional discounts, much, much more. Okay, take care. My lovely option number 3, if you guys were drawn to the compass. And welcome to your reading. Get comfy. Let's go ahead and get started. A little bit of an energy check-in so you guys can make sure that this is the right pile for you. Okay. My lovely busy bees, multitaskers. A little bit confused at this particular moment here. Where to go, what to do, what it is that you want. Maybe not even sure the sort of person that you would like to have by your side. Rethinking your life decisions, definitely. Might have had to travel away from home over here. Maybe at this particular moment, living in a different location. But they're telling me uprooted and you have to go possibly in an unknown direction. X of Swords might be also a connection to the sea, to the ocean. Might be something that you like, might be somewhere you'd like to live. A fresh, crisp mind. This is quite interesting. You might not know what to do or how to do it, but when you do, it's this energy where you guys are very consistent. Consistent, persistent. The way that you think might be quite different to a lot of people. And that's why sometimes you feel like, oh, am I like crazy? Or are the people crazy? Or it's quite often that you find yourself going against the flow with the way that the people are thinking. You have to sacrifice quite a few things. At this particular moment, you might be feeling like you're a little bit limited when it comes to what you can do. Again, it could be because of the money, it could be because of not having a clear direction. But you tend to, or you used to, sacrifice a lot of things. And now kind of feels like you want to catch up. Maybe waiting for something or someone. It's that horrible period of waiting for return on some sort of investment, waiting for somebody to call you back, waiting for some sort of maybe documentation, a legal decision, whether to end the contract, start a new contract, waiting for some sort of visa, some sort of permit. Longing for a family, having to be extra strong. You might have a person over here who's either married or your boss, who's helping you a little bit, who's supporting you a little bit. But having to be extra strong, you might also be into uh, lifting, powerlifting, going to the gym, or you might have just had to carry very heavy things by yourself, not wanting to wait for that delivery. Just carrying, they're showing me carrying a lot of heavy things, maybe moving the furniture, building the furniture yourself. Oh my God, guys. Yeah, but longing for that family, longing for that energy of belonging, or being a part of your tribe, for being a part of your soul family. hmm Aries energy, Leo energy coming through. Strong manifester, very strong manifester. But the problem is sometimes you don't know what to manifest. I want to say you're very determined, but it's as if one part of you wants one thing, yeah. For example, fame, success, fortune. Another part of you just wants a quiet life with a family somewhere, and you're like, okay, well, which way do I go? Which way do I go? What's going to give me purpose? What's going to give me happiness? What's going to give me fulfillment? There's a lot of things in your life you already achieved, but you still might have had this energy of not enough, not enough. It's kind of like you can't find your place in the world. And you have to go around the world, around places, feeling like you don't fit in. Feeling like you don't fit in. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your first date with your future spouse. If that sounds like you. All right. Maybe hence the compass. You guys are trying to get your inner bearing. Yeah? Maybe some of you worked on a cruise or went on a cruise. There's something about a boat. Kind of feels, maybe some of you want to live on a boat. Or you felt like you've been living on a boat, just traveling, moving from one place to another. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look. Are you meeting your captain anytime soon? Or your co-captain? Your first date. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if I can even refer to this as a date. What's happening over here? And my lovely option number 3. Wow. Tell me. Well, you already know your person. So this is why they're saying it's kind of going to be, is it the first date or is it the 101st date? Because here what they're showing me, if it's not going to resonate with you, don't listen to it. But here what they're showing me is a person from the past coming back. Yes. Person who walked away, person who broke your heart, person whose heart you broke. A person with whom you might be in conflict of some sort. A person with whom you had to separate because of many things, circumstances included. This person left, but never lost the connection, never lost the emotions. You two, you're quite compatible and not compatible at the same time. Does that make sense? It doesn't, but it makes sense in a way. Because it feels like you had to rub off on one another, negatively and positively, in order to grow, in order to do certain things, in order to progress. So you might have earned more money because of it. You or the other person went into something new. I'm talking about this and I'm getting the energy of feeling tired, feeling depleted, yet realizing that the person was an important mirror to you. For you to see certain aspects of yourself, how you allowed yourself to be treated, how you didn't necessarily, like you didn't have to settle and you settled. And then through this relationship, through this experience, you grew and you went into the new energy. So your first date with your future spouse is going to be, like I said, a date with somebody whom you know. And the reason why I said can I even call it a date? It's because they're showing me a meeting for sure. And this person might come from a different country, from a different city, from a different location. Might come unexpectedly. And it's not going to be so much a date, more of a meeting. This person is going to convince you for a very long time to meet them. have a conversation. There is going to be some communication, maybe via messages. Yeah, maybe FaceTime. It's going to end up with you having an argument or having negative feelings. However, this person is in one way or another going to convince you to meet face to face. To meet face to face. And oh my God, when you meet face to face, the feelings are going to come back. Now, I will tell you this with the energy of judgment, the Page of Cups, it is going to be slightly different. Don't expect, the person to change completely. No. But they are showing me change. They are showing me significant growth. Whether it's going to be enough for you or not, you are going to decide. But I'm guessing you are going to give it another chance since this is the reading for your future spouse. Like I said, if it doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't resonate with you. Nobody's going to force you to marry the person you don't want to marry. But here, what I'm seeing is this energy of a difficult connection. It is what it is. But the feelings come back. The kindness, the softness, the reason why you fell in love with this person in the first place, the good traits, they're now complemented by other things that grew, that developed. Yes, there's still going to be things that you have to discuss. Yes, there's still going to be things, but the thing is, you know what they're saying? It's about the past, it's not about the present. So you will still have to, it's like you didn't have certain arguments you should have had. You didn't say something to one another you should have said when you were in this connection before. So that energy of strain is going to be with both of your versions that are in the past. But here on that first meeting, on the first date, the feelings come back. The chemistry comes back. You're most likely going to marry them, guys. And what's most important is that the person, their way of thinking when it comes to relationships, when it comes to what this person needs to do, changes as well. And it becomes apparent during that meeting. I want to say it's a meeting. Because I'm going to be honest with you, at the beginning, you're still going to have those energies of, what the hell, if there was betrayal, if there was hurt, if there was, lack of commitment, you're going to tell this person everything that you couldn't tell them before. They will give you their side of the story, they will apologize, they will do whatever. They will tell you what they needed in a relationship as well that you weren't bringing or whatever. But the major change I'm seeing over here is that this person is now going to be willing to work on the relationship. Strong sexual chemistry, very strong sexual chemistry. You might end up having some makeup sex, afterwards. And you're going to, realize that this is the person for you. You just needed to be apart for some time. You needed to grow. You needed to experience the pain of being without one another. And then that feeling of hope, that feeling of rebirth, that feeling of the sun, the star. The feeling that you love one another. That you've been missing each other, for quite some time. Also, they're telling me that your relationship was influenced by other people. Very, very strongly. friends, family, community, maybe even social media for some of you. But here, what I'm seeing is the beginning is a little bit rocky and rough, but then you remember something within you wakes up, and you can see like you're going to put this person on a trial period. You're not going to just go into this relationship straight away, but you will see that the person has changed, and you quite possibly are going to end up deciding to move somewhere together. Travel somewhere together. Yeah, I'm seeing marriage. Marriage, and that the person is not afraid of loving anymore, of committing, of growing up, of facing their own shortcomings. So that's what I see for you, my lovely option number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it resonated. If you're up for a personal one, all you have to do is send me an email. The email is in the description box below this video. All right, my darlings, take care now. Bye.